Welcome to my life in Manchester. Hello, my friends. Welcome to my story, my life in the UK, Manchester. Today, I will take you on a journey through my daily life in Manchester, sharing my experiences, challenges, and happy moments. In this video, you will learn English naturally by listening to my story. I will speak slowly and clearly, using simple words and sentences. You will also learn new vocabulary, phrases, and real-life conversations. If you want to improve your English, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Arriving in Manchester. My first impressions. I arrived in Manchester on a cold winter morning. The sky was grey and the air was cool. I had never been to the UK before, so I felt excited, but also nervous. At the airport, I saw many people speaking British English. Some accents were easy to understand, but others were very difficult. New vocabulary. Arrive. To reach a place. I arrived in Manchester. Impression. Your first thoughts or feelings. My first impression of Manchester was that it was very busy. Taxi. A car you pay for a ride. I took a taxi to my new home. Mini quiz for engagement. What is your first impression of a new city? My first home in Manchester. My first home in Manchester was a small apartment in the city centre. It was very different from my home country. The rooms were small, and the houses looked old but beautiful. In the evening, I made a cup of English tea and looked out of my window. The streets were full of people, buses and cars. It felt exciting, but also lonely. New vocabulary. Apartment, flat, a place where people live. I live in a small apartment in Manchester. English tea. A traditional drink in the UK. I love drinking English tea in the evening. Public transport. Buses, trains, and trams that people use to travel. Manchester has good public transport. Mini quiz. Would you like to live in a small apartment or a big house? Tell me in the comments. Exploring Manchester. My first day out. The next day, I went to explore the city. Manchester is famous for football, music, and universities. I walked through the streets, and everything felt new and exciting. I saw Old Trafford, the stadium of Manchester United, and visited the Manchester Central Library. The city was full of life, with people shopping, eating, and laughing. New vocabulary. Stadium. A place where football matches happen. Old Trafford is a famous stadium. Library. A place with many books. I visited Manchester Central Library to read books. Explore. To go to new places. I explored the city on my first day. Mini quiz. What is your favorite place to visit in a new city? Making friends in the UK. At first, I was shy to talk to people, but I soon learned that people in Manchester are friendly and kind. One day, I went to a cafe and met a student from Spain and a worker from India. We talked about life in the UK, our home countries, and food. Making friends made me feel happier and less lonely. New vocabulary. Introduce. To tell someone your name. I introduced myself to new friends. Cafe. A place to drink coffee and talk. We met at a small cafe in Manchester. Friendly. Kind and nice. People in Manchester are friendly. Mini quiz. How do you make new friends in a different country? Life lessons from Manchester. Living in Manchester taught me many lessons. I learned to be independent, to speak better English, and to enjoy small things, like a warm cup of tea on a cold day. Moving to a new country is not always easy, but it is an adventure. Every day is a chance to learn something new. New vocabulary: independent. To do things by yourself, I became independent in the UK. Adventure: a new and exciting experience. Living abroad is an adventure. Culture: traditions and customs of a country. I learned about British culture in Manchester. Mini quiz: what is the biggest lesson you learned in life? Final message and challenge. Thank you for joining me on my journey through Manchester. I hope you enjoyed this story and learned some new English words. Now, I have a challenge for you. Your challenge: write a short story about your city in the comments. Use 3 new English words from this video. I will read your comments and reply. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more English learning stories.